Second Chronicles 32. Assyria invades Judah. After Hezekiah had faithfully carried out this work, King Sennacherib of Assyria invaded Judah. He laid siege to the fortified towns, giving orders for his army to break through their walls. This is Hidden Ones Part 16, and we're going to be talking about the Lachish Relief. Okay? So what is the Lachish Relief? It is a carved out relief that depicts a time in history when Assyria invaded Judah. All right, here we are on the TyndaleHouse.com. They have an article on here going into further detail on what the Lachish Reliefs are about. Now, the Lachish Reliefs are in the British Museum. All right. So it says here, I'm only going to read some of it, but I will put links in the description. In 701 BC, the merciless Assyrian army led by their king Sennacherib invaded the kingdom of Judah. Judah had been forming alliances with neighboring states in the attempt to throw off the yoke of Assyrian imperial rule, so Sennacherib had decided it was time to end their rebellion and obliterate the Judean nation. Ultimately, as we read in brilliant detail in 2 Kings 18 through 19, Isaiah 36 through 37, and 2 Chronicles 32. So we read a little bit of 2 Chronicles. We just read the first verse. But in your own spare time, read the entire chapter. Sennacherib failed in his mission. Although he destroyed many of Judah's fortresses, he was not able to take down the crown jewel, the city of Jerusalem, just as God had assured the Judean king Hezekiah through the prophet Isaiah. So we're going to skip down. It says here, this card relief is now in the British Museum, displayed in a room roughly the same size as the one in which it originally stood. It provides us with one of the few ancient depictions of the people of Judah. Let me say that again. It provides us with one of the few ancient depictions of the people of Judah. And if you follow it from left to right, as you walk round the room, it transports you back to 2,700 years as it tells its horrific story. Okay. And again, there's more that you can read, but we're going to end right here. Okay, so before I get into showing you some pictures of the Lachish Relief, let's go to Wikipedia. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you where Lachish Relief is located today. It's located in Israel, all right? Lachish was an ancient Israelite city in the Sepala lowlands of Judea, region of Canaan on the south bank of the Lachish River, mentioned several times in the Hebrew Bible. The current Tel, by that name known as Tel Lachish or Tel El Dewar, has been identified with Lachish. Remember the land of Canaan? God gave the land of Canaan to the children of Israel. Okay, so today it is an Israeli national park, which is very interesting, operated and maintained by the Israel Nature and Parks Authority. So they turned it into some type of park. It lies near the present day Moshev of Lachish, which was named in honor of the ancient city. All right. So if you scroll down, you'll see where it says the main gate of Lachish. So you get to see in this image at the very top. Look at the screen. At the very top, you'll see the main gate of Lachish. That's the main gate there. And on the bottom, it says shown within Israel. So where you see those three dots, that's where Lachish is actually today. Here we are, Bible Walks TRANSLANTIC.com. They have a segment talking about the Lachish, and links will be in the description box. You guys can go in your own time to these links and see more pictures here. I just want to read a little bit of the overview. It says Lachish was the second most important fortified city in the kingdom of Judah after Jerusalem. It guarded a main road from Egypt to Jerusalem. Lachish is referred in many biblical accounts, including the Assyrian and the Babylonian campaigns, when Lachish was a key city for the conquest of the Judean kingdom. 2 Chronicles 32:9. Sennacherib laid siege against Lachish. The highlights of the visit to the ruins of the city include the Assyrian siege ramp, the base of the Judean palace fort, and the gate complex. All right, if you scroll down towards the bottom, you will see more images of how the city of Lachish looks today. All right. But also, I want to caution you, because there are some other depictions in there, like we talked about in Hidden Ones Part 2, how they changed the likeness of the biblical characters to make them look like they looked. Okay. They changed it. All right. And so this is what we have to be careful of, and they kind of throw that in there to throw you off. Why, if you're talking about the Lachish relief, why aren't you using images from the actual artifacts? Why aren't you using those images? Instead, you have these AI, and this is one of the images here. This is an AI image that somebody just generated, right? And they don't look like the Assyrians or the Judeans, right? That are in the Lachish relief. And I'm going to show you those images. Here we are at the BritishMuseum.org. And this is the Lachish relief. Okay. So what you see on the screen right here is, to the far left, you have an Assyrian soldier who has like some type of cone hat or whatever, and a long braided beard, with the spear in his hands. On the right, you have two Judean, all right, Judeans have been taken prisoner. Take a couple of seconds and look. All right. So here's the next image. You have two Assyrian soldiers throwing overboard a Judean man. All right. So this is the same image, but I zoomed out a little. And so this is a lot bigger. So the first two images that I showed you is all one image. Because you see on the far right, you see the two Judeans taken prisoner. And then you see the two Judeans that were thrown overboard into maybe some type of ditch, all right, by the Assyrian. So instead of seeing two Assyrian soldiers, you see actually four. All right, so here is an image of Sennacherib sitting either on a chair, it looks like on a chair, on his throne or whatever like that. Now you can't really see what he looks like because something happened to his head, all right? But you see the Assyrian soldiers to the left, all right? All right, here's another image, more Judeans on the left. They're kneeling on their knees and they're behind the Assyrian soldiers. All right, so here's another image, two Assyrian soldiers and some more Judean prisoners. And remember, this is a siege that is taking place in about 701 BC. So this is after the captivity that happened in Egypt. All right. And then after the Assyrians was the Babylonian captivity. All right. Okay, before I end the video, I'm going to tell you who modern day ISREAL is, or AKA who are the descendants of the children of Israel today, who are scattered to the four corners of the earth. They have not been regathered to the land of Israel. They are still scattered. Okay, so the true descendants are the descendants of the slaves that were in the transatlantic slave trade. So if you are a descendant of the slaves that were in the transatlantic slave trade, you are modern day ISREAL. And it's time for you to wake up. If you are listening to this and you don't know Yahusha as your savior, click the link in the description box. I tell you how to get saved. Have a good day.